And just trying this new phone out, seeing how this live streaming thing is going to work. Hopefully everything turns out all right and you guys can hear me and see halfway decent. I got a lot of bright sun, so it makes it a little tricky. Yeah, I'm on the scene, man. It's my local town. Not much going on right now. It's pretty early. It actually doesn't kick off until tomorrow. But I wanted to try to do a little bit of stuff early and all that, so I can show some stuff before it got too crowded. But just your typical, fair stuff. All kind of different booths and whatnot. Hey, I'm new to all this on the scene type stuff, Trying to feel like one of them important YouTubers, Hopefully y'all can hear me okay. Let me know if you can. If I'm loud enough or what. Like I say, I'm not sure all the settings on this thing. But hopefully it's all working out all right. Now in the morning around 9 a.m., that's Eastern time. Around there I'll be streaming again because we'll be having our giant pumpkin weigh-in, which I'm not sure how that's going to turn out. Our top grower, I guess, had lost several of his, 1,000-pound plus pumpkins. A windstorm came and destroyed them. So that was a bad deal. But we'll see what happens, though. It usually takes a couple hours to do the whole weigh-in. The street I'm currently on, Main Street, will be lined with trucks and stuff, with their giant pumpkins, and they'll bring them up to where I'm headed so they can weigh them all and do all that, which is always kind of fun. Yeah, don't have none of those around here. We got a few bars though, but, well, technically they're not a strip bar, but I guess they can get pretty wild on the weekends though. Yeah, I don't know why people don't hold the phone the correct way. It's kind of aggravating. Now, of course, I'm no professional at this by no means, but some of the other streamers and stuff that I've talked to said for doing it for hours on end, it's easier to hold the phone the other way, I guess. But everybody's got their opinions, I guess. So I figure I'll stay on here for probably about an hour tonight, doing something kind of short. Making sure everything works, plus testing out the battery life of this new phone. So if you could like the video, share it, and all that stuff. Well, selfie sticks, here they're no big deal, but a lot of places they're illegal. So that's the reason people don't use those. They can be classified as a weapon. They like these protests and all that kind of stuff. So that's the reason for that. But share the link and everything, because it's a little difficult for me to share any links right now. If I move anything on the screen, then I'll lose you guys. And here's the oldest game we have up here at the whole thing. Actually older than the festival itself. But you can buy these little rings and try to win you a cane. 125-year-old game, 1892. Kind of neat. So there's just your random, Ferris type stuff. Got the Ferris wheel here. Now, right where I'm getting to here, once I get up here, is where the giant pumpkins will be at in the morning. You can see the stage and all of that. So this area will be real crowded in the morning. And there's our tower of pumpkins, I guess you'd call it, a pyramid, whatever. So, like I say, there's not too much it's open or anything at the moment, but that was part of the reason I came up early so it wasn't as crowded. Get another little bit of a view here. I was hoping some more people would hop on the stream, but it is kind of early, so maybe that's the reason. I know a lot of people said their notification thing is not working for whatever reason. So, it is what it is. I do the best I can with it. But this is just a little test run, I guess. Just trying to see how it's all going to work for later in the week. No, French fry booth, I eat from there about every year. They're pretty good. I always try to hit all the local charitable type places. Pumpkin waffles, and you'll see pumpkin everything. I mean, whatever you can imagine, they'll throw pumpkin in it. Pumpkin pizza, chili, everything. But I plan on doing 2 more of these streams this week. I'm going to do the one in the morning for the giant pumpkin weigh-in. And then I'm going to do another one. I'm not sure what night yet, but I want to do a night one of one of our parades. Parades usually last a little over an hour or so, depending on where I stand at. So I want to try to do that one. There's pumpkin soup. But with the weather they're expecting here this week, we'll probably have, I don't know, close to 500,000 people here. And there's only about 13,000 of us that actually live here, so. I'll walk down some of the other streets here. Not much down this one really, but just trying to show off my little corner of the earth, I guess you'd say. Seems kind of weird to actually be out live streaming like this instead of being at the home base, so to speak. There'll be a few around, but we don't have too many around here. It won't be too bad. But the thing I do think about, though, more and more is, security concerns. Because when you get, a couple 100,000 people or more in a small area, anything could happen. So you got to definitely keep an eye out of your surroundings, especially when you're in, gatherings like this. But main thing we get around here is, as far as other than the locals, and that's all the Mexicans. We got a bunch of them that'll be around. I'll get over, and Vietnamese or Asian, whatever they are. They sell a lot of stuff. Next street over, I'll get over there in a minute. They run it almost like a flea market. But it's predominantly, and by a very high margin, of conservative Trump supporters around here. I'll get over to the political booths here in a minute. And they have, they have the Democratic booth, and which they told me to leave last year. When I stood out in front of their booth and kept telling everybody vote Trump, they got mad at me. Told me to leave. But I don't care. But yeah, I'm not one of the types that can hold the camera completely steady as I'm walking, but hey, I'm trying. I'm new to all this. This my first time. And I'm not sure what kind of a delay I have. I know when I'm home, I got about a 22-second delay from if I say something to when y'all hear it. Doing it like this, I've got no idea. But yeah, all this will be just jam-packed this week. It's actually more of a nuisance than anything, but yeah, you'll see a whole lot more of them here in a minute when I get over to the next road. It's all lined up with chairs, you know, people watching the parade and all that. It don't officially open till tomorrow, but tonight they call it a preview night or whatever. But I figured it'd be easier to show a lot more stuff up close with really no crowd. And the giant pumpkin pie will be here tomorrow too, so I'll show you all that. I was going to make just a video and put it up, but I figured this would be a little more fun. I didn't really expect much of a audience, so to speak, considering the time of the day. Early. But share the link if you can, because I can't. And here's a bunch more food booths. And if I missed some of your chat comments, I apologize, but the glare off the screen makes it a little tricky to see. Got a Johnny's Pizza, bourbon chicken, that's very popular. They got one up the road here, and it'll have a line sometimes take you 45 minutes to get through it. Oh, them just trash cans sitting along the road. They used to use cardboard ones, but now they got plastic ones. Yeah, just the orange cans at all the corners. They try to keep it clean as they can around here. Up at this booth I'm getting ready to pass here, if I remember exactly which one it was. It was this French fry booth up here. I found $40 at it a couple years ago. And there's stuff on both sides of the road. But me and my dad was up here one night. He had the French fry one right there. And he's seen some folded up money underneath the edge of the booth. And says, if you pick it up, I'll split it with you. He thought it was only a couple dollars, ended up being $40. So that was pretty cool. And then got an ice cream place there. There's our main stage. Yeah, having a good day there, Gary. Showing off our local pumpkin show before it gets all chaotic. But that's our big stage, greatest free show on earth and all that. And there's a look at our main street there, all lined up. But yeah, there's tons and tons of food booths. And you know how it goes at, you know, events like this. Everything's sky high, but so I don't always eat like crazy up here, but I'll get a couple things. Got the lemonade stands as always. Even got a psychic up here. Get your fortune done. My YouTube channel. My channel on the internet I've got.
I'll take this one.
Yeah. Told me not to photograph her booth. It wasn't done yet. Yeah. Hope she don't cast no spell on me. Oh man, that'd be bad news.
Shall we play a...
That area back in there usually be pretty full by tomorrow. I gotta watch what I'm doing before I don't get run over here. Come on, guys, give the stream a like, man. I got yelled at by a psychic for you guys. I'm taking the big risk. Nah, this ain't no protest. This is our local pumpkin show we've had for 100 and some odd years. I lose track. This is as far over as it goes. But definitely plenty of stuff to eat around here. Now we got probably 100 or more, I don't know. Just food booths. And then a lot of these booths have got just different, different merchandise and stuff. T-shirts. I usually buy stuff from this one here. Any shirts are usually, $3 or $5. That's not too bad. And then back over that way is where all the foreigners always set up and sell all their cheap junk. Plenty of pumpkin pie. We'll have a huge one tomorrow, over 1,000 pounds. But if they haven't made it yet, they'll make it tonight. There's a barbecue place, Corky's. They was actually on TV. I just saw last week. The Food Channel done a segment on them. Kind of neat. They was at our county fair. Yeah, my little town's noted for pumpkins, I guess. Enough of it. We've got the first event of the year, which is our county fair. And the last one is this one. Now, no pumpkin chunking, but we'll have some pumpkins tomorrow that'll get close to the 2,000 pound mark. I don't know if anybody will break it, but they're definitely trying. And there's something to see. I mean, most people have never seen a pumpkin get up to, 1,900 pounds. There's something. But like I said earlier, not a big crowd is why I came up early, because this don't officially start till tomorrow. They'll get a little crowd up here later tonight, but right now there's not. I usually try to get over in this area to watch the parade, because they got the bleachers here, if you can get here quick enough. And then up at this corner that I'm approaching here is where they've got the camera, the webcam. If you go to the website, it's pumpkinshow.com. You can actually watch the live webcam they got on the corner of the building up here. Yeah, the winner will sell the seeds, and they usually get, if I remember right, they're a little over $1 a seed. But there's a guy, I can't remember his name, but he was one of the big growers last year. And, excuse me, and he got his seeds for this year overnighted from Germany. And he's building, said he was going to build a big greenhouse, because that's what they done in Germany to grow the world record pumpkin. So he wants to try to get a world record. Whether it'll work or not, I don't know, but that's our local government TV thing. That's City Hall. But yeah, a ton of more food booths coming up. Hey, if anybody wants to help support this little channel, you can go check out and buy one of my t-shirts, or you can drop a buck or two at one of my donation links. Everything's in the description, because I can't post anything while I'm out running around. Hey, I'm glad you got it. I ordered, there's another one that I put on the site, which I really don't expect anybody to buy. I put it there so I could buy it. And it's the logo off of my UFO reporting center. So if anybody would go to the link and look at it, and just give me your opinion on it. I mean, it should work out okay, but I put the design on front and back on that one. I still need to call them and find out how many designs I'm allowed, but I guess I'll just keep adding them until they don't let me anymore. But the offer still stands. If anybody buys a shirt, if you can get your friends or whoever to buy one, then if you get one person to buy one, I'll knock off 10% of your next one. And all the way up, if you get 5 people to buy a shirt, then I'll sell you your next one at cost, 0 markup. Just what the company charges. So, but yeah, pumpkins are definitely a popular. Every town's got to be known for something. This is ran consecutive. The only time I've ever canceled this event was during World War II. Here's one of the older booths here. It's been here for, well, since 1932. So, they're a popular one. Fish sandwiches and all that stuff. Yeah, every town's got to be known for something. What's funny, though, and people, actually being serious, I've seen it more than once. They'll be from out of town or out of the state or even out of the country sometimes, and go right up to this little booth here. It says information, and actually ask where the pumpkin show's at. I'm like, how can you miss it? Everything's right here. But people genuinely curious. They said they didn't know if the town was like this year round or what. Gary, I've seen it. I've never had it, but I've seen it, though. This is the taffy booth. They're always popular. They're fun to watch when they're pulling it. And the souvenir booths. Let's see, we'll go down this way.
Well, why don't you and I take the bag?
Hey. Pumpkin seeds. I mean, they got everything. And then the little tiny local gun shop. They do raffles and stuff. I've never got in one. I've always thought about it, but never did. And they'll raffle stuff off and. And then there's the small booth for our local candy shop, Whittick's, the oldest candy shop in the United States. I've been there several times when I was in school and stuff. Let me get over here on the sidewalk and I'll show you our bakery. Actually get in some shade, I can see the screen on this thing. But hey, I'll say one positive thing so far. with all the people that are up here, there hadn't been a man bun in sight. So that's a good thing. I haven't seen none of those yet. There's probably one around here lurking somewhere in the shadows, but I ain't seen it yet. So, yeah, they're working on the pie, but that's the stand that it'll set on. They got some pictures and stuff, but that's our bakery. I've been all through that place a bunch of times. This booth here, if I can get over to it without getting ran over, looked like a caboose. It was on TV as well there last week. Cooking channel. There's some of our local law enforcement. More French fry booths and all that type of stuff. Deep fried pumpkin pie coffee. I don't think Antifa is going to do too much around here. They claim to have a branch of those about 20 miles or so north of me, but I don't worry too much about them. There's too many armed citizens around here. They're not going to put up with too much. Here's some hand-blown glass, which I've always wanted to try that. But I never have. One of these days, maybe I'll get a chance. Yeah, man, like I said, everybody ought to share, like the video, and all that. I'm taking the risk. That psychic, man, she gave me the evil eye. Man, it's bad news. I might turn into a frog and then have to call me Pepe, you know? Man. So gotta be careful with that one. Pumpkin cookies, chocolates, more lemonade, and back to where I was earlier. I'll take a trip back up this way and go down the one little side street that I didn't go down earlier. But like I say, just a glimpse into my little world, I guess you could say. Yeah, I go bring her a gift, then she'll trying to say I'm trying to bribe her. I don't need no hex put on me. Yeah, my phone's doing better than I had expected. Bunch of booths down that way. That's just a parking lot. Well, I guess it's not too bad. I've been streaming for 30 minutes and I've only dropped 9% on my battery. So I guess I can't complain about that. It's a prepaid phone from Walmart, Straight Talk. LG, I think they call it the Stylus 3. We had a vendor here when I was younger. He was from Jamaica. The owner of his booth ended up selling out, so don't know whatever happened to the guy, but he was the best, carnival type person around. he had a basketball game. He could win, stuffed animals and whatnot. But he knew everybody. He knew us all by name year after year. Kept scrapbooks of all of our, pictures and stuff from all of us over the years, and we were little and growing up. And he had that albums like that from every fair and festival they traveled at all year. And he'd have a huge crowd. And I never once played his game, but he always gave me a stuffed animal to give to my mom. She worked a lot and couldn't always come up. So that dude was pretty cool. But yeah, he was from Jamaica. Yeah, the shadow always follows me. I can't get away from it. And I got some more of our fine officers up here. Sheriff deputies. We don't have too many local cops, so don't see as many of them. I'd like to have one of the Galaxy S8s if I had the money to buy one. I'm not that successful on here yet. But I would like to have one, though. The one thing I like about this phone, though, it's got the little stylus pen thing that comes with it. So it makes it pretty handy for if you need to write something down real fast. Yeah, overall it's not bad. I mean, we got a bad reputation, but not much can do about it. So you got a bunch more food. I mean, there's not a spot up here you can't look and see 50 food booths. I mean, they're like everywhere. I don't know. It might end up being Pumpkin Gate before this week's over with. But if we didn't have the bad drug problem in this town, we'd have it all right. But that's been our downfall. But it's still a good town overall, though. I mean, there's nothing here. And you can't have no expectations because we have nothing, but that used to be our movie theater back there. Not anymore, but it used to be. They couldn't afford the new projectors, so they closed down. More French fries and all that. Well, yeah, you definitely got them, and there's some Clinton supporters around here. There's a few. I know where their booth's at. I'll head over that way in a minute. I'll go down this way and cut over. There won't be anybody there right now, but their booth is more than likely there. And see, this is one event where they didn't ban the Confederate flag either. It's still flying. Pumpkin flavored Buckeyes. More waffles. Walking tacos. I'm going to cut down this alley here. Still trying not to get ran over. There's not too much left I haven't covered. I've covered pretty much all of it. But I ought to get a little bit of credit here for at least holding the phone the right way. Now, that dumpster is where the Clinton get rid of the evidence. And more pizza vendors, candy, fudge, all that stuff. This you guys might like. This was done a few years back. That's all hand painted. I don't know if I can even get it all in this shot, but I'll try. That's the side of one of our buildings. Yeah, the artist came in and took him a while to do it, and then a few years ago, some idiot kids spray painted a little bit of it, but the artist came back, cleaned it up. So that worked out pretty good. Not right away, I'm not. If I would, but they're all kind of busy. I'll find one here in a minute, and I'll see if they want to say a word or two. Let me find one. Yeah, I'll find a food vendor or something. I didn't want to talk to her. Actually, a funny story about her. She gave a friend of mine a free reading when we were younger because we stopped at her booth and helped her hang her big banner she was trying to hang up. And she gave him a free reading. She's been there since I was a kid, and she looks exactly the same. She looked just as old back then as she does now. Oh, funny thing I'll mention too, I was at Walmart last night getting a few things, and I stopped in a little arcade that they've got there. They don't have much in it, but they've got this one particular game. It's a circle, and it's got all these little wedges out of it, and they light up different colors. You know, you match all the blue ones or all the whatever color you start with, and you can win a prize. So I thought, well, I'll try it. And I ended up with $1. I won every prize out of the machine. I got like over a dozen fidget spinners, a whole bunch of other stuff. I mean, I cleaned it out. The machine was broke and didn't think it was paying out, and it just kept paying and paying. So I gave 2 of them the fidget spinners that were both blue. I gave them to a couple little kids that were in there running around. But I want a whole bag full of stuff, though. I gave it all to my mom. Mom's got some, Mom's a minister. She got kids back at her church and her Sunday school classes and stuff. So I give it all to her, and she can give it to the kids or whatever. I just had fun winning it. Served it right, though, because I won last week on it, and it was broke and wouldn't pay me nothing. It was a bunch of stuff, though. There's our police department. Let's see. Man, they had a Democrat booth up here that ain't open. I should go up there and protest, stand in front of them and take a knee. They seem to know, they seem to like that kind of stuff nowadays. Damn Democrats. More Italian sausage booths. steak on a stick, corn dogs. There's our courthouse, big clock thing. Yeah, there's enough junk food here, man. Yeah, our courthouse. Every day it plays one particular song at some point. It'll play Happy Birthday because it's always somebody's birthday in town. Yeah, there's a Democratic thing. I could create a statement. Go buy me a pumpkin and make it look like Hillary's head and stand in front of their booth. They thought it was all fun and games when that idiot held that head of Trump. What would they think if I held the head look like Hillary and then kick it? I think I've pretty well made all the rounds. Let's see. I'll go down this way. This is kind of the end of it here. This is the way I usually walk when I'm headed home. I'll do something. As you all know, well, most of you should know, I'm a UFO investigator. So I'll show you the big spaceship we got in town this week. Once I get up here. I know what they need. Instead of having the hog calling contest, they need one of them liberal contests. You know how they're always screaming at the protests? Because them liberals holler worse than any hog I ever seen. But yeah, there it is. Alien abduction. Big spaceship. I rode that when I was a kid. Different version, but same thing. That's our post office, by the way. So that's pretty much it. Let me see if I can get a long shot of the main drag here. Ferris wheel and all that. So if at all possible, guys, try to stop back by the stream in the morning. It's going to be around 9 o'clock, give or take. You're not going to miss anything if you show up to it a little late, because it'll take a couple hours to do all the pumpkins. And the real large ones are generally toward the end. But it's always a lot of fun to see. Because I don't know how it exactly works, but they've got a system where they can measure them with a tape measure and come within 20 or 30 pounds a lot of times of what they'll actually weigh when they hit the scale. Some kind of a mathematical formula they come up with. I'm not sure how they do it, but it's interesting though. But like I say, that's my little corner of the earth in case anyone was ever curious. Because I'm always showing stuff from all over the country, but nothing of my little hometown. And keep an eye on the North Korea situation as well. You know, that nut over there is moving some stuff around and wanting to do a bombing and all that. Which reminds me of something though, the North Korea. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen the show MASH. Because of course that was Korean War. Well, I watched the episode the other night that was called 5 O'Clock Charlie. Where the guy, that crazy North Korean, flies over every day at the same time, throws a bomb out the plane, and tries to blow up the ammo dump, but yet he can never hit his target. Kind of reminds me of the same thing. But yeah, kind of a short stream, 45 minutes here, but just thought I would do something here.
I didn't go ahead and put in my job notice.
hopefully everybody somewhat enjoyed the stream. I know it's something different. Yeah, there's some of those around here. They're the ride people, you know, putting everything together and all that. Very few of them actually live around here. After this is all over, well, it'll end about 10 o'clock or so Saturday night. And by 5 o'clock in the morning, you'll never know any of this was here. They'll all be gone, headed to Florida. And all you'll see left up here is the fire department hosing down the roads and picking up a little bit of trash. But other than that, within a matter of a few hours, it'll disappear until next year. So, and there's the merry-go-round. But that's pretty much all I've got for the time being anyway. So, like I say, in the morning I'll be doing the live pumpkin thing, the weigh-in. And then I'm not sure yet, but I'll let everybody know tomorrow. One night this week I'll live stream one of the parades. So, well, before I do quit this, I was planning on going an hour anyway. So, let me see if I can find a food vendor real quick. And I'll see if they want to give a shout out of their booth or say anything. I know one that might do it. So let me get up here real quick and I'll see if they'll do it or not. If they're not too busy. I'll get the vendor up here who sells the fish sandwiches that I buy from them about every year. So let me get up here. I'm just about up here to them. And I'll see if they want to give a shout out to YouTube land. Since somebody was asking about that. If you guys still want me to. So let me know if you still want to hear something from a food vendor. Alright, give me a second here. Yeah, why not? Yeah, I can do that. I can hit up the candy place. Yeah, there should be somebody there. That'll work. Alright. Yeah, I'll hit them up. Since they're the oldest thing around here. There's a Republican booth. Ain't nobody there either, but there will be. Or I can get them to say something from the official souvenir booth if you want. I can do that since I'm right beside it. I don't think the old candy booth is open yet. Want to hear something from the souvenir booth? Let me know. There's a few of them working there. They're not too busy. I can get them to probably say something. Hey, Sniper Cam, that would be nice. Go drop a few bucks in my PayPal account. I'll go buy one. It would be much appreciated. So hang on, guys. I'm coming over here. Wait till a couple of these customers clear out first. Yeah. I'll show you what they've got. Everything from water bottles to
Got it all.
we got everything.
Yeah.
I'm actually live on the internet right now. If y'all want to have something to say.
Come to the pumpkin show. Perfect weather. And we have spinners. With
All
our
right.
logo.
All right, official merchandise.
Official. Look at our little fire truck and
All
our
right.
Volkswagen.
That's pretty cool.
All right.
Thanks. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find another one here real quick. Let's see. Yeah, they sell a little bit of everything. Let's see. Let me look around here. I'll go back and check the candy booth, see if they might be open here. Nah, they're not open yet. Let me see what else I can. I'll find somebody here. Hang on a minute, guys. I'll run into something. This is a booth I used to work at when I was a kid. So hold on, guys. I remember working this booth when I was a kid. Yeah, I'm live on the internet at the moment if y'all want to give a shout out on my YouTube channel.
Hey everybody on YouTube.
Yeah, just having a little bit of fun. I do a lot of live streams, but nothing's ever going on in the area to do anything here. So I figured this would be the prime time to do it.
This week's the week to do it.
All right.
Absolutely.
Hope you guys make a bunch of money. I had a lot of fun when I was in school doing it. Back in the 2000.
16, 17 years ago.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Take care. Have fun.
Hey, you too. There we go. Yeah, this booth's ran by our high school. A lot fancier booth than the one we had, though. They're pumpkin burgers. They're like sloppy joes, but they got pumpkin spices in them. Everything's got to have some kind of a pumpkin twist to it. But yeah, it's not too bad. But like I say, it will be extremely crowded later on. This location up here I remember quite well as a kid. Let me get over here now. Yeah, right there where the white booth is closed off. I was about 13, 14 years old, something like that. And there was a booth there, some Mexicans. And they had a bunch of fur coats hanging up. And one of them, I would have never wore it, but I liked it. I don't know why, it was just a nice coat. So I went to the bank around the corner, was going to get, I think it was like $35 or something. I was going to buy it. Well, I came back. The law was shutting them down, raiding the booth and all that. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? So I asked the cop. No joke, they were using stray cats around here making fur coats. That's the only time I ever knew that to happen. But yeah, they got busted. And the cop said that even if I would have bought it, he said within 3 or 4 days it would have fell apart. But yeah. But that's the only time I've ever known anything like that to ever happen. And then we got these other, infomercial type booths around here, like the ShamWow guy and all them cheap knives they sell on TV and all that. We get a few of those type of people around here. Let me see if I can maybe find one more vendor here of somebody. And not the psychic lady either. I'm not going to take a chance on that one. She got her powers, you know. She like one of them liberals, you know, turn the frog gay, you know, Pepe, you know. So you got to watch them kind of people. That's. I'm trying to find a halfway decent booth here. I could probably get a shout out from a cop if y'all want. I'll talk to one of them. Want me to say something to one of them? There's 3 of them in front of me. Yeah, hang on, guys. Hey, doing a live video on the internet. We always respect the law enforcement, so we figure we give you guys a shout out. Thanks. I know the job's not easy, but I always appreciate all of it you do. So, I fly all the flags in the yard and got the one with the thin blue line. So, you know, a lot of people might want to be down on you, and I say, well, you try it and see how it works. They might change their attitude. I think they need a program, something like that, where some of those type of people can experience a little bit of what goes on. They might change their mind. I know they used to do the citizen ride-along type programs and things. I think that would be something, if possible, would be a good thing to start up again.
Yeah.
Well, I hope everything goes good and you guys have a slow week. I know you don't want to be busy. All right. Always got to give them a shout out. Well, like I say, that's the county sheriffs and deputies and whatnot, mostly. We just don't have that many officers like we should. But, well, guys, I'm going to make it back up here to the main intersection, and then I'm going to end up calling it a night, I guess you would say. I planned on streaming for an hour, and that's pretty much what I've done. It'll be an hour time I get up there. So, yeah, if anybody wants to get me a Galaxy S8, hit me up on PayPal and help me out. I'd like to have one. Then I could be all like, you know, them professional streamers. I just don't have it in my budget to buy one. But I do know if I do get one, though, I can keep my same cell phone service. Straight Talk, I can bring a phone from anywhere and use it. So that would be good. If you want any beer, you'd have to hit the bar. There's a couple of those around here. Just none on the streets. But yeah, all my links are in the description, or at least they should be. If you want to check out my Discord, or buy a t-shirt, or help me out on PayPal, or square up one of those, then and it's always appreciated, all the support you guys have gave over the last, I don't know, year or however long I've been doing this. Much appreciated. Sometimes we get huge crowds, sometimes we don't, but it's always nice to have the same people coming back. I always appreciate it, and it's always a lot of fun. So I'll get, like I say, back up here to the intersection, and then I'll call it a night. But this phone doesn't do too bad, I guess. I'll have to look at it when I get home and see how the quality of the video is. it's got to be better than some of the potato cams we've watched in the past. I sure hope. So let me know if it's better than the potato cam. 'Cause I can't really tell. Because, man, that some of those are just hard to watch.
Yep, I always do.
Yeah, because I actually pay for this phone. But Straight Talk's a company I can recommend, though. Unlimited everything. Talk, text, data, the whole deal. $45 a month. Their phones can be a little pricey, but you can buy a phone if it's unlocked from anywhere. And just buy a SIM card. And their SIM cards are only like 99 cents on their website, and they usually will give you overnight free shipping. So there are my notifications going off. So here's the big, well, it'll be a lot bigger, but the display and everything of all that. Hey, it's going pretty good. I'm just getting ready to close this thing down.
Welcome to the 111th annual Circleville Pumpkin Show.
111th year.
You're enjoying the beautiful weather this afternoon. We're glad you're here. Yeah, we do have to ask the extra vehicles to move off of the downtown street.
Yeah, I showed the little Ferris wheel. We got one there. We got some other rides. There's a few rides, though. There's another Kiwanis, pumpkin pies, fried bologna. I mean, there's enough food up here.
Shall we play?
I didn't see any so far, but some of the booths weren't open yet. But they usually have some interesting food items. Like last year they had deep fried butter. Looked like a corn dog, but it was just a stick of butter. And they also had deep fried Kool-Aid, which is a genius idea, because Kool-Aid costs next to nothing. And they would sell like 4 little round fried balls of Kool-Aid for like $3 or $4. That's pretty smart. Yeah, I figured that the camera is not fast enough to be able to pick up the change in the lighting. That's the deal with that. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody didn't try it. But I'm gonna call it right here, guys. So if you can and get a chance, check back in the morning and you can watch them weigh in the giant pumpkins and all of that. That'll be around 9 o'clock, but it'll last probably a couple hours before they get everything done and all of that. All right, I'll check the Discord out. But yeah, we'll see how big the pumpkins are in the morning. And then, like I said, I'll let everybody know what night I'm going to stream one of the parades. I'm not sure yet. Probably be Thursday nights, what I'm thinking. That's when it's the parade of bands. And we get all the schools and things that all the marching bands and stuff. So that's always a good parade. So I'll probably stream that one Thursday. And the parade starts at 8 o'clock anyway. So YouTube streaming is just easy. Periscope I never really messed with, but YouTube's pretty simple. You hit the camera icon and type in a title and hit go live and you're done. Well, it makes you create a thumbnail first. So It takes literally 2 minutes to set it up. But since I'm already established on YouTube, my descriptions and all the stuff underneath the video stays on there. So I don't have to add all that extra stuff. So it makes it kind of nice. But yeah, they had it. I didn't see it this year, but I'm sure they've got it though. Just some of the booths weren't open yet. It took me a minute to figure out how they done the Kool-Aid one, but once I figured it out, it's real simple. Just make a batch of it and use it instead of water, and they just make dough out of it. That's all it is fried dough, but instead of water, they use Kool-Aid. So you can have it whatever color you want. No, but they've got them here. They've got deep fried everything. But yeah, they've got the Oreos and all that. All the candy bars, Twinkies, just anything. Well, I hope everybody has a good rest of your evening and or morning, afternoon, wherever you might happen to be at. Make sure you stay subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you can get notified. And I don't know what's going on, but some people say they're not getting notified. So if that's the case, try unsubscribing and resubscribing and re-hit the bell and see if it might work. I don't know, YouTube's getting kind of hard to deal with at times. And if anybody wants to, like I say, help out the channel, all the links are in the description. I can't really post anything right now, but they're in the description. So you can drop me a nickel or two in PayPal, or if you don't have PayPal, use the Square Up link. Go buy a t-shirt, whatever. And I'll catch you guys in the morning. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you when the giant pumpkins roll in the morning.